What's going on, family? My name is Joe L. Brown Jr., aka Black Feniks, and I am the Arkansas Master P. I embrace that title because a few of my supporters and followers of the younger generation that follow me, they actually gave me that name. So I wanted to do a video about it just to say, at first I didn't really embrace it. I like, okay, I thought it was cool. I respect P. P is actually one of my mentors that I look up to and been following him since actually I got introduced to his music in the early '90s. So I've been following him for a while. In his movement, he actually helped me come up with the concept and the hashtag that I promote all the time: product over talent or products over talent, either way. But I made it specifically say product over talent because I think from every talent you have, you should have a product. You know what I mean? So you should have it to match it. So I started embracing that because I got to thinking about it because honestly, I'm an independent artist. I haven't sold hundreds of thousands of records like Master P. Like I haven't did that. And that was one reason why I was like, man, I can't say that I'm like him. I mean, I'm not, and then one of the guys kind of opened up my door, opened up my mind to a door that, hey man, you really are, because he opened up doors to help other people eat. He opened up doors that help other people learn business, establish their businesses, and that's what you're doing. And I wasn't looking at it like that, but that's what I'm doing with the other hashtag that I created called Welding and Hip Hop, and then I got another hashtag called Imagine Your Container. And the goal with the hashtags was just to bring awareness of there is something different. And I wanted people to think outside of the box. A lot of people tend to not use their imagination like they should. We grew up as a child using our imagination, and then we face life, we go through things, and then we feel like, man, life hit us and we feel like we can't achieve what we really want to achieve. And as an independent artist, I knew in order for me to see an income or get established, I had to have a budget. I had to own everything. I had to have something that equaled the same quality as the industry had to offer. So I knew it was some things I had to do. At first I came, just came, and then I had to sharpen some things up because things wasn't exactly how I was trying to line everything out. You know what I mean? So I had to kind of, switch the game up some. So what I did, I had to step back personally, and on my project that I released called Frank Lucas or Uncut, that was my most professional product as an independent artist. And I learned a lot from that, like a lot. I learned a lot of things that I shouldn't have did. I learned a lot of things that I'm glad I did. I'm glad I learned a lot of things from listening to other artists and getting advice from people who was already there that helped me find my way. You know what I mean? So I have to shout out a lot of people actually, man, that really helped me on that aspect. But I want to talk about this just a little bit to give you a little background about myself. So I went to MR3 Studios in Kansas City. Shout out to Eric Sharrock for doing this thing, Gold Fingers, you know what I mean? So I want to give him a shout out to Eric, and I also want to give a shout out to Epidemic, because if it wasn't for him, I would have never had the opportunity to, even though, the services was paid for and, things happened, but still I started with him. And then, later I ended up doing some tracks with Chaotic, and that's who I network with now. But we did a good solid product, man. I got a chance to really learn the industry. I got a chance to learn people. I got a chance to learn the game, the system. Shout out to Director X, who actually shot the video and did the editing and all that. I mean, everything was a learning experience. So, I had to learn that. So when it came to comparing myself to P on that level, I'm like, nah, I can't even say that because I learned the game. But I wasn't making a profit and I was spending money, but I didn't really know the system, so I had to step back. So I started focusing on the welding because I had obtained it from prison. I went to prison when I was 16 years old, and I got out of prison when I was 26. And while I was there, I obtained my GED. I obtained welding and combination of welding and Votech, and I obtained my small business management certificate to learn how to set up a small business. So I got educated on that point. I utilized the time to my best ability because I knew one day I was coming home. So welding was like my career that I had formed. So once I got out, I literally got a job. I think I got out on a Friday. I started work that Monday, no lie. So I was able to really get some things in line. So I use welding to help finance my hip hop. I use welding to not only just open up other doors, but I used it to keep my bills and keep myself afloat and take care of myself personally. And I enjoy doing it. And two things that I really enjoy is welding and hip hop. So I just combine them both because welding it's a skill that I obtained, a trade, and hip hop is my culture. It's our culture. The way we live, the way we grew up. I grew up in the South, and where I grew up at, our representation of gold teeth wasn't for bling. It was to pay homage to our native side. It was to fix ourselves up and create and create a better image for ourselves after slavery, because we wasn't allowed to take care of ourselves physically and fix our mouths, and then we couldn't trust the banks with our money. We tried putting money in the banks, and the banks just took the money. So, we made, once a lot of us got out the South or even stayed there, we went and we invested money in our mouths. We're prideful people, so we wanted to fix what we couldn't fix. We wanted to have a better smile. We wanted to, and also had some of our riches in our mouth too, because they did that too, and they passed them down. Because like I say, they didn't really know how to necessarily what to do with the money, but they knew that they didn't want to just give it to the man, and they knew they wanted to fix themselves up. And a lot of them had, rotten teeth, so they wanted to fix up, the teeth that was bad, what I mean, and to, feel prideful, so, we shine, what I mean. So it's not about the grill, the image. It was about paying homage and knowing my history and where I was from. So, coming from that era, what I mean, knowing that my great grandmother literally is Cherokee, and my grandfather was Osage, and knowing the direction of where we come, I understood that we was a little different, what I mean. And coming from Louisiana, where P is from, my family actually migrated from there. Once I got into my family's history, that my grandmother and them kind of migrated from there, and they went to Eudora, Arkansas, which is close to Louisiana, Mississippi, and Arkansas. It's like in that area, and that's where they kind of migrated and grew from. But I learned a lot as far as our travel side, our native side. So, paying homage with gold teeth and, having that in common, that was cool, because I remember me getting introduced to P's music, and I remember him saying a few times in his records, in his old records, he said, man, I put that on my gold teeth, what I mean? Like it meant something. Like, I'm not just saying this, these mean something, these, what I'm saying? So it was more than the bling, and certain people got more than others, what I mean? So I think it was all a part of the system, that we believed in. So as far as how we was raised, so that was a resemblance. But the main thing was me educating others with welding and hip hop. Once I started embracing it, once I started really helping, and I was helping people, but I didn't realize that was my calling, to help educate and help teach and help motivate and help teach people how to turn a trade into a business, and they can still embrace what they enjoy doing. They can actually finance what they enjoy doing to build businesses, because I learned in order to be an artist, you have to be a business. Let me say that you have to be a business, like literally. You are a business, so you have to think like a business. You have to operate. So that's how you're going to get the income. That's how you're going to get the products over talent. That's how you're going to put yourself in a better situation. So Just wanted to shine some light on that, but I embrace that the younger generation look at me as the Arkansas Master P because I'm from a small area. I was born in Little Rock. I was raised in Southeast Arkansas, in McGee, Arkansas, Arkansas City, Reed, Arkansas. They're more like that area. Dumas, like that area was where I was raised. The Delta is what we call it, the Muddy South. And being able to come from there and do what I'm doing now is a blessing. And I'm nowhere close or near where I'm trying to go. Like I'm working on a bigger vision. Like I'm into these container conversions, into helping people gain their independence through using shipping containers for homes, for studios, for businesses, for offices, for lounges, whatever you got, like, and to show ownership, because I think we need to own how we make our money. And I want to do that by example. I want to physically do it, build products. And in the background, you see some of the handmade products that I built, the staircase, shooting targets, welding skids, and I also teach. So I want to be able to give something different, give substance to somebody else. Just because you from where we're from the hood, from the ghetto, from the projects, you know what I mean, don't mean you can't elevate yourself, you know what I mean? Because as you grow, you know, as you grow up and you know better, we tend to do better. But you have to get better knowledge, better information, and I realized that because I had to literally transform my mind. You have to transform your mind with the renewing of the word, like with getting new information, with actually reading and watching and doing research for yourself, you know, and literally getting your hands dirty, building your products, working the job, putting your time in, because I think everything has a time. You know, we think you gotta start one way and then you're gonna end up this way. Sometimes you have to put the time in, and we see certain people that are famous and we respect them and we praise them, but you don't really see the process. P, we see the process. We've seen him start from one way and get to another way. We love to see people that started, like Jay Prince, that started from one way and now he do all type of things with boxing and other things that he invested in with ranches. You know what I mean? Like, we enjoy seeing our people grow. We enjoy seeing our forefathers like Luke, you know what I mean, come in and do his thing with the way he did hip hop. Like, the goal is to use all those combinations, like what Russell Simmons did, what Death Row did, you know what I mean? So we got to think about all of these major companies, the diplomats. We got to think about what our people did and use all of that to form our own. Like, to me, like, I realized that there's no certain way, you know, we'll try to follow somebody or say, I buy his book, I buy his story, I go by that completely blueprint, it's going to make me famous. It don't work like that. It might help you, you know, you can use it as a guideline, but you're going to have to create your own way. And I heard a guy say this before I let you go. He said that you have to find and create your own lane. And don't try to overshadow someone else's lane and steal from their shine, steal from their glory, steal from what they didn't put work in, and think that they just going to give you what you're looking for. Oh, I'm just going to give you some of my time. I'm going to help you blow up too. It don't work like that. But if you work hard and you put the work ethics in, you can do the same thing that they did. It might take you a little longer. You know, you might not get it just like they got it. That opportunity might not come as fast as it did for them, but it do not mean you won't get that opportunity. So we have to just keep that in mind and realize that we have to use it as a blueprint. We have to hustle and create our own lane. Create our own lane. And with welding, hip hop was the lane that I created to not shine the light on me like, oh, I'm famous. That's why you see a lot of my logos and my picture photo is my logo. You know, it's not my face, because I didn't want to get caught up with people just judging me. Oh, he's just trying to get some image. This is me. But this is what I'm about. HogOn is what I'm about. You know, honoring our generation, ornamental nature is what I'm about. Hustling over granite obstacles naturally is what I'm about. And I wanted to be able to show that without causing hindrances. And once a person got in and started getting the information, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's some meat. I could get something out of this. You know, we get to a certain level when you see somebody on, and I heard T.I. say this. He was like, you know, I really don't like people just running up to me with their hands out, asking me for something. Give me something, put me on, give me. You know, we say, man, you got to find your way. You got to hustle. You got to go out there and make it happen. And if you begging me, then you're not making it happen. You know, I can see you trying to, you know, present a product, you know, a different way, but just saying, give me is not going to get me nowhere. So, you know, I feel like we got to create our own way. And the best way to create our own way is learning how to create our own finances. And I learned that through welding. So I can teach you a trade, even though some people say, oh, I don't like getting burnt. I can teach you how to TIG. Okay, I don't want to try, I want to do this. I can teach you how to flux core. You know, like it's certain things that you can do. Shop, field, parts, furniture, you know. Whatever you do, equipment, like it's so much you can do, like there's no limit. But I learned that we got to have something. You know that old saying, I'm a jack of all trades, a master of none. Nah. We want to be a jack of one trade for real. We want to know something too. We want to be a master at something and jack everything else. Everything else we can add to it and use. You know what I mean? But we got to master something. And Master P mastered his lane. I'm trying to master my lane with welding and hip hop, with HogOn Welding, with the HogOn Welding School, with the Imagine Your Container. I want to be able to bring something new to the game. And I can't overshadow or try to jump behind someone else's shadow to get in. I know I got to put in the work ethics, and that's what I'm going to do. Like, I'm going to lead by example. And so for those who've been following me with the container conversion with the HogOn Cafe, like, it's almost there. We're not there yet, but it's alive. You know what I mean? You can see it. Like, from when I started, it was just a container, and I was telling you what I was going to do, and then we got to going, and then it started coming alive. Like, it takes time. It's a process. But keep following me, because I'm not done yet, because I know that God got something great for me. Like, I know that I'm just getting started. And I appreciate all of those who have been following me, supporting me, praying for me, sending me donations, sending prayers, uplifting words, all of the above. Everything is a part of the mission to make it whole, to make it better. So I don't knock anything. I appreciate all the love, all the support. So I just want to say, continue to get your hog on. I appreciate y'all for comparing me to Master P, saying I'm the Master P of Arkansas. I'm humbled. I appreciate it. It's nothing but love. Be blessed. Enjoy your Friday. Today is Friday. Hopefully everybody have a great day, productive, and keep this in mind. Products over talent. HogOn.